Woo.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Fantasy Football Game Show presented by Front Yard Fantasy. Oh, 1 second. I got a little bit of lag in my ear there. We're going to keep on going. I'm your host, Simon, joined as always by my co-hosts, Josh and John Luke. But today we are joined by a special guest as well. We've got Teddy Ricketson joining us. Teddy is a football contributor for Fantasy and Frames and Ball Blast FB, and also the co-host of the Fourth and Frames podcast. You can see his sick merch he's rocking on his head right there. Oh, yeah. Nice trucker hat. What's up, Teddy?
How's it going, guys? I feel like this is a momentous occasion in history with the first time a Clemson fan has actually said something nice about a South Carolina fan.
If you didn't bring it up, I was going to. Yeah, I think it might be the first Carolina fan we've had on stream, but we'll play nice. I can play nice.
Oh, yeah. That admitted it. That told us, at least. They could have been everyone else in the closet. South Carolina fan.
Is that a Clemson shirt you have on, JL?
It's not. It's Orioles.
Oh, it looked close. It looked close.
You like too many orange teams. You got to cut back.
I know. It's orange and purple here in Baltimore.
Let's be honest. Just get rid of the Orioles. Like, we don't need them.
Get out of here, Josh.
They threw one of baseball's 47 no-hitters so far this season. So,
what the hell?
Camden Yards is a treat, Josh. You shut your mouth.
It is a treat. It's a nice little place to get together and hang out with friends, but not really watch a baseball game. Yeah, pretend to watch a baseball game. Yeah.
Just set your fantasy football lineups in the stand.
Exactly.
I do that everywhere.
What's up, Craig? Welcome in. He said, "How do I think these brackets will be received today?" Rough. Yeah, it might be. We'll see. Anthony said Brian better win the cartoon bracket. Just saying. Anthony, I don't know why. Brian Griffin. I don't think I would have picked you as a big Family Guy fan, but you surprise me every day, Anthony. And Craig said Rutrow. I think he's already telling. That's foreshadowing what's going to happen to Brian Griffin, but we'll see. Sully said favorite cartoon dog is Serious Business. Don't F this up.
That's why I'm here.
We'll try.
We have enraged people before with our brackets and our tiers. Just absolute fruit tiers was the most enraging. People got so mad at our takes on fruit. And then the sitcoms, I think when we picked New Girl over The Office, there's never been a bigger uproar in the chat than whenever we did that. Craig said, throw him a bone, Sully. They got this. Craig, you're just killing it today. Man, on fire. Jay giving the nod to you. What's up, Jay? Welcome in. And Jay wants to know, is that a Carolina Hurricanes hat I see back there? Good eye, Jay.
Yeah, that's a great eye. Holy crap.
I have to represent.
I was on a call with Jay for a bit yesterday during the Hurricanes playoff game, and based on his reactions, I assumed they were losing, but they were actually up 1-0 the entire time we were on the call. I don't know what ended up happening in that game. Did they win that game, Teddy? Do you know?
Yes, we won 3-0, and it's kind of like we told Nashville, like, hey, thanks for playing, because we scored the last two goals within about 45 seconds of each other in the end of the third period. There's like, say y'all in Tennessee. So.
No worries. Then you eliminated the what ifs for them. There was no what if. You guys just put the exclamation mark on the end.
Exactly.
Guys, we alluded to it already, foreshadowed to it. Today we are playing brackets. We've got two awesome brackets lined up for you. We're going to do, last week we did late round wide receivers. This week we're doing something a little bit grosser. We're doing late round running backs. No one likes to talk about these guys, but there's going to be some of these that end up being valuable in fantasy this year. Maybe they're one of the 8 we're talking about today. JL Stankface pretty much describes how most people are going to react to these names, but it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top. We are also talking about cartoon dogs. We're going to do our favorite cartoon dog. Teddy was personally offended along with JL whenever we eliminated Scooby-Doo from the Cartoon Network. So he requested a Scooby-Doo redemption chance. So that's what we're giving him today.
In my defense, I didn't know that I was literally going to get that, but I just wanted to play brackets so I could have my opinion heard. But I'm all about it.
Does anyone remember who Scooby-Doo got eliminated to? I don't remember.
Matter.
I'm just wondering because I'm a Scooby-Doo fan. I love Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo and Pokemon went out in the first round, and I almost turned off the show.
I almost turned off the show.
Pokemon the show
is amazing. It saved my life, Josh.
No.
Life. I'm here with you today because of that.
Get it out.
You could quote any of those kids shows in that voice and make it sound awful.
Have you guys seen that TikTok trend where they put "Dear Maria, Count Me In" to different animated shows intros, and it works for every single one of them? The Pokemon one was one of my favorites. Cracks me up.
The Rugrats one was pretty spot on too.
The Rugrats one was the best one. I think.
The diaper falls on at the drop. That was too good. And then the SpongeBob one was fantastic too, where the fish's mouth like lined up with the lyrics. It's like ridiculous how well it works. And I know Mike Wright's a big fan of DuckTales. I don't know if you've seen the DuckTales one, but that one's hilarious as well.
No,
we could probably name shows the rest of the time that song works too, but we're not going to do that. Guys, before we get started with the brackets, I want to remind everyone, if you are not subscribed to our YouTube channel, we're on YouTube at Front Yard Fantasy. It means a ton to us, and you can make sure you never miss another one of these live streams again. And Josh and I finally put out the first mock draft review video. It's been 12 weeks coming, 12 weeks promised, but this was the week it happened, and now we know how to do it. So every week from here on out, you're going to get that mock draft review in one way, shape, or form. If you guys have any feedback for us on that, drop it in the Discord or DM us on Twitter. We want to make sure you're getting the most value out of those as well. And Teddy, before we get started as well, I know we were talking about it a bit before the show, but you guys are going live tonight, right? Talking about rookie quarterbacks.
We are, yeah. We're doing kind of a positional preview. We've done it with guests and stuff, but we're doing it just in-house now and going to go over quarterbacks tonight, and then every week kind of do a new position, then get into redraft season.
Nice, and that's at 8 p.m., right?
Yes, 8 p.m. Eastern.
8 p.m. You guys can probably find that on Teddy's Twitter at Teddy Ricketson, or I assume on the Fourth and Frames Twitter as well.
Fourth and Frames, Fantasy and Frames. We'll have it all over the place.
Answer me this, Teddy. Is Mac Jones's favorite food butter noodles? True or false?
I think it's emphasis on the butter and then less noodles. But true.
All butter.
So it's noodle,
so a lot of carbs in those noodles.
Yeah, he just throws in some noodles. That way it's not just butter.
Yeah, people stop making fun of him.
Okay, I'm imagining him preparing.
Go to Alabama.
Real Deal Fantasy. What's up, LQ? Welcome in. And Jay said Josh had the best opinion on the mock draft review.
I wonder why he's saying that, Jay. I don't know. I mean, maybe I picked him, maybe not. I don't know. Check it out.
Guys, I'm going to go ahead and pull up this first bracket for us to get started on. This is late round running backs.
Your team in that mock draft was really good.
It was really good. The third round reversal was a game changer in that mock draft for the balance of the teams. I honestly think after going through that, I need to do a couple more, but it might be converting me to preferring third round reversal.
Yeah.
I had actually never done one before, but that was cool seeing how balanced the teams were from 1 to 12. Like your favorite team was the 12th team drafting. LQ's is fire content only. We're doing our best.
Shows tonight. LQ's got a show tonight with Marcus Grant from NFL Fantasy. And they're talking like I think it's like comics and animes and other stuff. Definitely check that out. I'll be in the comments.
Cool. I almost finished Death Note.
Ooh, nice. It's a good one. Yeah. It's a good one.
I got 2 more episodes left.
Eagle Dan, right before the show, we were messaging on Twitter. He was saying 2 bracket ideas. One he's brought up before anime. He says you got to do an anime bracket. But then the other one, he said best video game weapon. And I thought that was a good idea. Right? Isn't that a good idea? So I told Dan, you came up with that idea. We got to have you on for that. So,
the Halo sniper.
Lancer from Gears of War, the chainsaw.
Master Sword.
It's clearly hacking in Call of Duty. It's the best.
Just hacking, period.
Okay, guys, this is our first bracket. All of these guys have an ADP of 115 or higher, according to Fantasy Football.
Higher.
According to Fantasy Football Calculator. These guys, I know some of the names are gross, but just like we did with the late round wide receivers, I'm excluding rookies from this because their ADP is a little bit in flux right now. I imagine a lot of these names are going to be higher than 115 come draft day, just giving us some time to settle. So these are non-rookies, late round running backs.
So, okay. Is it favorite or like likely to succeed this year?
Favorite, and this is redraft. So I imagine a lot of that will be how you perceive their likeliness to exceed. Know what I mean? It is for this year. We're talking redraft, late round running backs. Trying to do a little bit more redraft right now. Some of these guys, we saw it last year, right? We see it every year. There's late round running backs that come in and win leagues. J.D. McKissick, Naeem Hines were some of those names last year. I don't know if it'll be any of these names, but they are worth talking about it. Jay says Simon Sanchez back at it. Yeah, I got the hiccups again today and the burps. They're attacking me. I apologize for that.
It's every day.
Let's rearrange this right here. Teddy, we're going to throw you up top. You're going to get to go first in this one. And I'm going to put my ugly mug on the bottom to get covered up by any comments. What's up, Cal? Welcome in, man. Glad to have you here. And Craig said round 1, White. I assume he's talking about James White.
I hope so.
Me too. Anthony said, let's go. Let's do it. So, Teddy, we're going to come to you with the very first one. Our 1 seed, Phillip Lindsay, versus our 8 seed, James White. Phillip Lindsay on a new team there in Houston. James White in New England. Which one of these guys is your favorite redraft late round running back going into next year?
I like that word last time.
That's a great question, and the agony of choice here. So when it comes to Phillip Lindsay in Houston, obviously they brought in Mark Ingram. But I don't think that really means anything anymore, especially since he only had like 70 touches last year. And Phillip Lindsay has shown that he can be a backup and have that kind of secondary role. James White, I can't get behind a New England running back with all the moves that they've made, plus drafting Ramondre Stevenson out of OU. So I'm going to go Phillip Lindsay on this one, even though it feels like an easy one with him being the 1 seed. But for me, it's Phillip Lindsay.
1-0 for Phillip Lindsay. Jay said he likes Lindsay a lot. We're getting a bunch of White votes, though. Craig said White. Anthony said White. Viva la Ocho Uno said White. And Calvin says Lindsay gonna take that job. So it sounds like he's agreeing with you as well. Josh, Phillip Lindsay or James White?
Yeah. So James White, if I had to choose one that's going to have more points at the end of the year, it's probably actually James White. But I don't think James White's going to help you in fantasy at all, even if there's injuries. If Sony Michel gets hurt, James White's not taking his role, or Harris. And I think Harris could start to eat into James White's role as well. I think he's a good pass catcher. It's Phillip Lindsay. Phillip Lindsay could win this job, the starting job, without an injury even. And if David Johnson got hurt, Mark Ingram's nothing. I'm not worried about him. Phillip Lindsay here, guys.
Another vote for Phillip Lindsay. John Luke, are you ending this? Are you sending it to Phillip Lindsay, or are you giving a vote to James White here?
I don't know. This is a really gross matchup. I don't think Phillip Lindsay's going to be able to do anything in Houston. The upside's there though. Josh is right. Like if there's an injury, he could be the guy there. But is that really that great of a thing in Houston right now?
Any starting running back's going to be in a lineup.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. With James White, they have like the rapport. They've used him. They know how to use him. Bill feels like he's always going to use him the same way every season. I think I'm going to go Lindsay just on pure upside because like Josh said, I'm not playing James White ever. Like we know what we're going to get from him. I think he's going to finish the season with more points, but I'm gonna at this point, if I'm drafting, I'm at this point in the draft, I'm looking for upside.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be a theme.
I was going to say I completely agree with you there, and I'm looking at James White's points from last year, and it wasn't pretty. He had some games where you could start him, but he played in 14 games. I assumed he was injured last year based on how little we heard about him, but he played in 14 of 16 games, and only had 4 games above 10 fantasy points or 5 games above 10 PPR fantasy points. JL, you said it perfectly. James White's probably the higher probability to end with more points, or maybe Josh said that, but Phillip Lindsay, I'll take the upside of possibly taking that starting job in Houston. It feels wrong not giving at least one vote to James White here, but if I'm on the clock, I'm drafting Lindsay. Like,
sorry,
that's where
Anthony.
I'm going with that pick. Anthony said Houston is
White take.
He's off my draft board this year without Watson for at least half the year. Redraft, I want none of them. So he's completely out on the Houston offense. Sully said that's a mistake. They will have fantasy relevant players regardless of their QB. Yeah, we've seen it before, right?
Brendan Cook is going to be relevant.
Josh, Phillip Lindsay moved on in a sweep, so we're moving on to you. We've got Daryl Henderson versus Alexander Madison. And just so you guys know, these are seeded by ADP. So the seed Alexander Madison is right before Daryl Henderson in ADP right now. The 1 seed Phillip Lindsay was the 117th ADP player, and then they go down from there.
This one, out of the first round matchups, I think is the toughest. Alexander Madison is a fantastic backup. If Alvin Cook gets hurt, he is going to be pretty valuable. I think he's going to have a pretty good year. But you're really, 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 really relying on the Dalvin Cook injury. With Daryl Henderson, there's a chance I think Cam Akers has taken this role. He's becoming the starting running back, but there's a chance Daryl Henderson is the starter.
Same argument for Lindsay, right?
A little bit. I don't think James White's ever relevant, and Daryl Henderson, yeah, it's kind of like the same argument, right? I think I'm going to go with Alexander Mattison here. I think he could win you a league maybe if Dalvin Cook gets hurt. I know he got hurt last year, and I'd rather have Alexander Mattison.
One vote for Alexander Mattison. John Luke, where are you going on this one?
I don't like this one either.
It's going to be a common theme there, but
yeah, I was just going to put up
these.
Jay's comments again. Every matchup is a gross matchup. That's the point of this bracket.
I feel like I have Madison in every single dynasty league. I roster him in every dynasty league.
So you're kind of out of one of them.
he didn't do that much, and like he had these like blow up games, but then like it was never when you expected him to. So, but it feels like they're gonna continue with their run heavy offense, which I like a little bit more. But Daryl Henderson, I think like he had some consistent. He came across to me last season like a solid backup guy, like a guy that you're going to be able to plug into flex sometimes. So I think I'm going to go with him just for the sake of like, I think you could probably plug him in on some off weeks. And with Cam Akers, I don't know that makes him completely irrelevant like, Madison has been.
Yeah. What you said I was going to bring up, Henderson was a plug and play last season, like all last year. It didn't always work out, but you could
9 points,
any
8
given
points.
day, you could be comfortable putting him in there. And if that opens up, I think the upside is similar, right? I think Henderson has that same upside. If we're talking injury anyways to the person ahead of them, Henderson has shown a little bit more with the work he's been given, I feel like, compared to Madison. We've gotten those blow-up games, but I think I'm going to go Henderson here as well. I'd be comfortable starting him in a pinch, and I think he has the similar upside to Alexander Mattison. Teddy, what about you? What are you thinking here?
Fair enough. So I'm going to complete our first upset here. I'm going to go Daryl Henderson. Reason being that I agree with everything that y'all have said. The only thing that I do want to point out is I think when we're going with backups, you're hoping for week-to-week usage, but as you mentioned with filling in for injury, right?
Yeah.
Last year, Dalvin Cook missed week 6 against the Falcons, and Alexander Mattison had 4 PPR fantasy points that game.
Yeah, so I remember.
With that in mind, I can't go with him with a vote of confidence, even though I do think that, if it did happen where Dalvin missed significant time, he'd be a good pickup in redraft, especially. But for kind of starting out in the draft purposes, I'm going Henderson.
Was Mike Boone there last year? Is that the reason he was kind of involved?
He was, but he also didn't do anything that game.
Yeah, I know. I'm not trying to make an argument for it.
No, you're good. No, yeah, he was on the team there.
We got some split answers from the chat. I got them. Craig is saying he wanted to vote for Madison. He agreed with you, Josh. But then a lot of Henderson in here. Jay says Henderson. Sully says Henderson. Cal says Henderson. Anthony also says Henderson. And then Jay says Simon is right, though. Hit on one of these picks, and it could be the difference for your team. That's the.
It ain't pretty, but it
ain't pretty.
Do.
Yeah, but you're looking for upside here, and you're trying to hit on one of them. These are the kinds of guys you take in the last round. You can't be afraid to cut either if you need to be. Sully said Teddy nailed it. Nailed it with the Henderson take. And Anthony's letting us know I could give more of wishy-washy answers. Of course, I'd potentially draft someone at the right value, but that's boring. Hot take central, baby.
Hot take central.
That's what we like.
JL, I'll get it out of the way. Man, this is a gross matchup. But you have to decide between Jamal Williams and Rashad Penny. Which one of these guys are you going with as your favorite late round running back?
I feel like you planned this so that I had to go first on the Rashad Penny one.
I did not, but yeah, that one kind of hurts your feelings, doesn't it?
It does. These are all the matchups are like each of the players is like weird in a kind of similar way. It's like they're all gross matchups, but like
they're all backups.
It's kind of difficult. It's kind of difficult because it's like they're I don't know, they're bad for different reasons. So I'm having a hard time choosing. I think I would go Jamal Williams here. That makes me so sad. I want to go Rashad Penny. But so much opportunity in Detroit, and I don't know that they give it all to Swift.
What are you doing?
I'm going Jamal Williams.
1 vote for Jamal Williams. Cal saying Jamal Williams is a running back. I believe there was a sleeper notification this morning saying that the coach of the Lions said that they could see him as a prototypical A back in that offense. So I imagine that's what Cal is referencing. Anthony also says Jamal Williams. And Jay said people flipping out over nothing with Williams, buy the dip on Swift. So I don't view that as affecting Swift's value at all, but I do like hearing that. I think Jamal Williams is a running back that can handle a 3-down role, but he's not going to be asked to do that in Detroit unless there's a Swift injury.
Imagine he'll be used the same way as he was in Greenville. Green Bay. Talking about South Carolina and Greenville. Green Bay, my goodness.
Yeah,
Packers
fans were worried about just Aaron Rodgers leaving. Now the whole franchise is gone.
Moving to Greenville.
Yeah.
My thing is, who are they going to pass the ball to in Detroit? Like where is that going? Where's that offense going to have to run through? It's going to have to be a run-heavy offense, and I imagine they're not going to give the full, absolute 100% workload to DeAndre Swift. Like, this isn't me hating on him. I think he can be highly efficient in that offense, but I think Jamal Williams will have a week-to-week role, and if Swift goes down, he has shown in spurts that he can be a 3-down back. I don't know if long-term, but while Swift's out. So I'm going to vote for Jamal Williams as well. And not even to mention, Detroit kind of bolstered their offensive line a little bit during the draft, right? That helps out a bit. Teddy, where are you going on this one?
So I'm going to go Jamal Williams as well. Reason being for this one is that I'm not confident that if Pete Carroll was in this game show right now, that he would pick Rashad Penny. and
God, that makes me sad.
Worries me. And so, because I don't think he picks Rashad Penny on his own team, right? And so I don't think that, like, there were weeks last year that they were like, oh, Rashad Penny's activated or he will be activated, and like whether it was coach speak or not, they sent out Travis Homer and DJ Dallas. Yep. And so it's like I can't have confidence with Rashad Penny if he's still on the Seahawks by the time you're drafting and redraft.
You gotta imagine that there's just some level of just like anger that they drafted him first round and then it hasn't panned out.
It's got to be, but like just because of, I don't think he's going to get their own vote from his own coach. I've got to go with Williams.
Another vote for Williams. 4-0 moves on. We've got our last first round matchup. And I'm going first on this one. Oh, Josh, you didn't vote?
You counted me twice.
Oh, did I?
No, it's all good. It's all good. Josh, I'll go with Jamal Williams. I think it's actually really close. I think Rashad Penny's closer than you think. Chris Carson gets hurt every year. Rashad Penny was hurt all last year. He actually had an injury. He literally just got healthy a month ago, reportedly. I think I don't know. I think this is a closer one. I would go Jamal Williams.
But it's close.
Jamal, I think Rashad Penny has a little bit more upside.
My heart says Rashad Penny's upside. I agree with Josh.
But Jamal Williams is the smart answer. I agree with you guys.
And Teddy, Anthony's agreeing with you that Carroll would say Williams chewing gum on camera. He's not saying Penny here. Our next match is Marlon Mack in Indianapolis and Tariq Cohen in Chicago. We've got two backs coming back from injury, right? Onto teams where their role was taken by another player last year. That pass catching role, David Montgomery took over for Tariq Cohen, and Jonathan Taylor obviously took over the entire role there, besides some of the pass catching work for Nyheim Hines in Indianapolis. This one's actually incredibly, incredibly tough for me. And I think I'm going to end up going with Tariq Cohen, even though I am a bit nervous about the injury he's coming back from for the type of back that he is. But they've shown they want to use their running backs in that way. They did it with David Montgomery, who is a worse pass catcher than Tariq Cohen. So I have to imagine they're going to try to get Tariq Cohen involved in that same way again next year. And it should be more effective than it was with Montgomery. I'm voting for Tariq Cohen. Teddy, where are you going on this one?
I'm going to go Tariq Cohen as well. Not necessarily a great reason behind it because I think they are in very similar situations. The only question mark I have is how Damian Williams is going to be used for the Bears, in the sense that the last time we saw him, he put up like 117 yards and a touchdown in the Super Bowl when the Chiefs won, and then he sat out for COVID last year. Yeah. So it's going to be an interesting thing to kind of monitor to see how they're used and everything. But I think Tariq Cohen has an easier path to getting his old role back. And for me, I think, that's enough to vote him here.
2 votes for Tariq. Josh, where are you going on this one?
I'm in the same boat. I think someone put it. Rohit Sully said Cohen's ACL is better than the Achilles. Yeah. So I don't know. Marlon Mack.
It's hard to come back from that.
I think it's going to be really tough for him to just get on the field consistently. I think Tariq Cohen has a role. But I think you made a great point. Both of these guys, I don't love.
3 votes for Tariq. What's up, Jordan? Welcome in. He said he's late now.
Thank God.
And Sully said, wait, Jordan just got here. We need to start over. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
From the top, everyone. Jordan said he missed Sully the most and Calvin probably the least. Sorry, Calvin. JL, are you making this a sweep or are you throwing a vote to Marlon Mack?
Return of the Mac
had such a good year in 2019. He's actually a good running back. I feel like Tariq Cohen will never have a season like that.
I feel like Marlon Mack won't have a season like that again this year.
He probably will not because the Achilles is hard to come back from. Everything you guys said was right. I completely agree with Josh's breakdown. I'm going to go Tariq Cohen, and that makes me sad.
4-0 Tariq Cohen. Guys,
Marlon Mack is built like that more classic running back, but yeah, it's all
if good. It wasn't Achilles, I feel like I would most likely be going Mack here.
Jonathan Taylor, man.
Jordan wants to get a stream together, commenting live on the FYF. A second stream, a live reaction stream to our
I would rather watch that one, I think.
We'll watch them watching us watching them. It'll be great.
Exactly. Straight out of
your reception.
That's why I'm never featured in Jordan's memes. Okay, guys.
Count your blessings, Cal.
Yeah, let's get it.
Teddy, you've got the first vote on this one again. We've got our first second round matchup. Phillip Lindsay versus Daryl Henderson. Where are you going on this one?
If y'all were saying the last ones were ugly, these ones are brutal. So
at least these are the winners, right?
Yeah, honestly, I think week to week I would feel more comfortable about Daryl Henderson in the sense that I think I'm more confident in his offense surrounding him to be productive every week. And just with the kind of question mark at quarterback, you're either going with a very distracted Deshaun Watson or Tyrod Taylor or was it Davis Mills that got drafted there? So I got to go Daryl Henderson from this.
1 vote for Daryl Henderson. Josh, where are you going?
I love the points you just made, Teddy, but I'm going to go Phillip Lindsay just because I think there's a chance starts the year as the starter. There's actually a chance. David Johnson's there, but man, he's over the hill. I'm going to go Phillip Lindsay. This is a close one.
1-1. John Luke, where are you going?
Give me Henderson.
2-1.
I don't blame you guys for picking him.
I think they're at this point they're both fine.
Yeah.
It's this is really close to me. I honestly think they both have pretty good upside. One, Phillip Lindsay could just win the job, so his upside's probably the more likely outcome. Henderson requires an injury, I would imagine, to Akers. I believe in Akers next year, but they both have that upside, and Henderson has the week-to-week value for me from the start of the season. So I'm going to vote for Henderson. That's the tiebreaker.
Fair.
That's the tiebreaker. Submit really score. Henderson in the finals takes down our 1 seed, and we've got Jamal Williams versus Tariq Cohen. And Josh, you've got the first vote.
I am going to go Jamal Williams here. We talked about it earlier. He is just more suited to be a 3-down back. If something happens to Swift, Jamal Williams, he's going to be solid. Not great because he's on a bad team, but
perfectly mediocre.
Perfectly mediocre, exactly. Probably getting like 4 or 5 catches and like 15 carries. Let's go.
Yeah, give me Jamal Williams. I love Tariq Cohen, but I really like Jamal Williams' upside.
Man, this one's tough for me. This is a really, really close one for me. I would struggle if I was sitting on the clock deciding between these 2 backs. And so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to vote for Tariq Cohen and punt to Teddy to either decide and that's the benefit of going second to last. So Teddy, I'm punting to you by voting for Tariq. Are you giving it to Jamal or are you sending it to the chat? Because if we tie, the chat decides.
I was really hoping Jamal got your vote because then I can give one to NCAA Tariq Cohen and just give him a vote from going to North Carolina school. Yeah. But it's got to go to the chat. It's got to be Tariq. I just think
really?
I think just because I think even with an injury, he's going to have the same workload, and the team's supposedly going to be better once Justin Fields is under the helm of the team. And Jamal Williams is like, yes, I think that if an injury to Swift happens, he will move up. But I actually really like Jamar Jefferson as well, the rookie they drafted. So, and I just think the Lions are going to be booty cheeks. So,
Booty cheeks.
Booty, the hard-hitting analysis. You heard it here first. Lions are booty cheeks in 2021.
That's what my master's degree got me, was being able to say booty cheeks.
Certified.
So have I been saying it uncertified?
Yeah, we got one Cohen.
Sully said Williams for me. Jay said Cohen. Cal said Williams. So Williams is winning it for the time being. We will give it 10 more seconds. And if no other answers come in.
The amount of David Johnson disrespect. People are leaving him for dead. Lindsay can win the job.
How old is he now? Like, he's like close to 30, right? If not 30.
How many years has he played? He's had like so many years of rest.
He doesn't look right.
That's a funny way to say injury.
I was about to say, why has he had that rest?
He's had plenty of years
of good last year. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah. No,
he put up fantasy numbers. You're right.
He put up good numbers when he played. Yeah, he missed time, but when he played, he was solid.
He wasn't.
I think that was more. That was a volume thing. Like he got all the work there, and I think Lindsay could do more with the same amount of work. I'm saying like there's a chance that Lindsay comes in and takes the job because he's the better.
I think he could be this year's Mark Ingram, David Johnson, for instance. You know what I'm saying?
Who? David Johnson could be.
Yeah.
I just feel like he
was have more catches.
Best running backs back in the day.
We have to take the login away from Jay because he always tries to do this. Comes in and votes from both accounts.
That's the first I'm
but
seeing.
It's not Jay.
Jamal Williams wins. He moves on over to Tariq Cohen, and we are now in our championship matchup: Daryl Henderson versus Jamal Williams. JL, you've got the first vote on this one. Where are you going?
Good luck.
I'll be second to last. Yes.
He's like, I can punt.
Yeah.
I'm going Daryl Henderson. I like the offense better. I like his talent better.
They're very similar. They're both like got a
very
rookie
similar
in front of them. I just realized rookie from last year. I just realized. Yeah.
They do. And so I'm gonna go with offense here, and pick Daryl Henderson.
Cal said the matchup we were all waiting for. Daryl Henderson versus Jamal Williams.
Why we're all watching. Finally.
JL went with Daryl Henderson, and JL, I'm gonna go your exact reasoning. I don't even need to say it again. They're very similar situations. One's in a better offense, and I believe he's the better back. So I'm voting for Daryl Henderson.
In the same offense he's been in versus Jamal Williams.
Right. That's Teddy, where are you going on this one? Daryl Henderson, are you ending it, giving him the title, or are you voting for Jamal Williams?
I know what he's going to do.
Well,
he wants to go with Henderson.
It just happened to me. No, I'm going to go Daryl Henderson.
Yeah.
Sorry, Josh, don't want to take it away from you, but
that's fine.
Yeah, I'm going to go Henderson for the reasons that y'all kind of gave, and I think he's set up better, barely. Yeah, by a nose, if you will.
Sully said Henderson by a nose. Josh, are you making it a sweep in the finals, or are you voting for Jamal Williams? Oh, and he's frozen.
What a face to be frozen on.
No, he's not. He's thinking.
It's Josh's thinking face.
Hey, I'm back. That was quick. It doesn't normally happen that quick. I'm going to go Jamal Williams just for the sake of it.
One vote for Jamal Williams.
That was actually pretty quick of a thinking time for Josh.
I needed that. I needed that really bad. Jamal Williams.
Jay said really a coin toss, but Williams for him. Sully said Henderson by a nose. And I think you guys hit the nail on the head. This was an incredibly close between those two, like the 3-1 score. If it was 4-0, that was going to be misrepresentative, I think, of how close these guys are. It's just, for me, the tiebreak goes to Henderson. Guys, we did it. Out of these 8 names, the 5 seed came away as the winner. Daryl Henderson is our favorite late round running back out of these 8 guys. Sully said he's frozen. Let it go.
Let it go. Oh my God, that was good.
That was pretty good, Sully. That was pretty good. Guys, it is indisputable now. The best late round running back is Daryl Henderson, but we are on to our very important bracket. We've got cartoon dogs. Teddy, I know you've been waiting for this moment since we disrespected Scooby-Doo on our cartoon bracket.
He's not even going to be on the bracket, is he? I guarantee he's not going to be there. He's just not even going to be there.
It's going to be a 2-2 split, and then the chat is just going to vote him out in the first round. Teddy and I are going to flip.
Is that how Scooby-Doo went down last time? I probably was on your side.
I don't know. I just know. All I know is that there was betrayal. That's all I remember.
I'm a Scooby-Doo fan.
If he
apparently not enough.
Oof.
Sean said, "What's up, guys? What's up? Welcome in." And Jay said, "This is what I'm here for." And Teddy, there you go. Scooby-Doo is the number 1 seed in this bracket. Scooby is the one. And you know what? We're going to start from the top. We're going to start the order over. Teddy, you've got the first vote. Scooby-Doo. Oh, I have to start the tournament. Come on.
That's dumb.
Sean, Simon and I got invited to do some Top Golf at the FSGA tournament that's coming up in the beginning of June. It's like the industry conference or whatever. And I can't not think that you're going to be there every time. You've somehow branded yourself to be associated with Top Golf.
Yeah, he's always there.
He will be. He's there
at every Top Golf.
Every Top Golf, everywhere in the country at the same
I need
time.
a bottom golf shirt before that so I can just show up wearing that with no context. Everybody's like, why the hell do you have a bottom golf shirt on?
We'll be matching.
Just wink at him and be like, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, we won't answer.
LQ has a really important question. Did Erica ever bring it back?
Never freaking brought it back. I told Erica about that though.
I wrote her a letter. Oh, you did?
Like,
What'd she say?
Yeah, I did. She was cool with it, but she doesn't want to give the massage gun back, which is kind of effed up, if you ask me.
You guys can disparage me on stream all you want.
She's like, yeah, you can talk about it, but you're not getting that gun back. I was like, she's like, my mom uses that all the time too. I was like, I don't care.
Come on, that's hilarious.
Teddy, I think I know your answer for this first matchup here, but we got Scooby-Doo versus Gromit of Wallace and Gromit. Where is your vote going here?
Gentlemen, friends, and countrymen, on September 13th, 1969, a young pooch entered our television screen and, dare I say, our hearts for the very first time.
I love this.
Having more of an effect on the world, 21 more years of an effect on the world than I have personally. It's just, you can't take anything away from what this detective hound has done. The threats that have been neutralized, the terrorism that has been consumed, he does not truly get enough praise. The answer is Scooby-Doo, Gromit Who. So there you go.
Beautiful.
Too.
Beautiful.
Oh, Teddy, that was beautiful. One vote for Scooby-Doo.
Had to do one.
That was fantastic. Do it on every single matchup with Scooby-Doo in it. Do it again.
You're going to say the same exact thing. You just got to create a rhyme for the next person.
I will. It would be either Ren Who or Clifford Who. It's great.
This Clifford is great bars.
Hashtag bars
up there. Josh,
ladies,
gentlemen. Are you going to dare vote against Scooby-Doo after that? Or
I wouldn't dare. No, Scooby-Doo is the right answer. So it's not even difficult for me. So
now it's the right answer, Josh.
I just saved it 20 minutes. We can just go.
I want to check the tape, JL. I want to go back to that episode where Scooby-Doo got voted off because I think there's a good chance I voted for Scooby-Doo.
Watch it.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance it was me and Tim who didn't vote for Scooby-Doo, and then the audience threw it over the edge. That sounds about right. John Luke, I know where your answer's going, but just confirm it for me.
Ladies, gentlemen, countrymen, sometime in 1963.
Yeah.
I'm going Scooby-Doo. Pay attention. 3-0. And I'm going to give a vote to Scooby-Doo as well. It's moving on. 4-0 for Scooby-Doo.
Wait. Before we move on, Teddy, what's the best Scooby-Doo movie and or episode?
I really like Cyber Chase because it goes through all the different realms and see versions of themselves.
It's the best. So you hit the right answer.
I'm partial to Zombie Island myself, the cartoon.
That's also a good one. When the monsters were real. Spoilers.
Yeah, they were real.
You're talking about the live action one?
No, I'm not.
No.
That's Monster Island or something like that, right?
Something like it's similar. I don't know. Yeah, Scare Island or something like that.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on those. Those are good.
Not the live action. Those are cool. But yeah, the cartoon Zombie Island. Ooh.
Evan's just saying you can hold one thing against Scoob, the 2002 live action film.
I would hold the sequel against it more than the first one.
The sequel is worse than the first one. But it's still, as far as live action, adaptations go, it's pretty good.
Jordan says, if you don't vote Scooby-Doo, I'm unfollowing you. Well, we survived that one, but we'll see what happens in the next round. And Sean saying he's only been to Top Golf twice, actually, but by the end of the night, after lots of booze, maybe that's when it becomes bottom golf, after 10 beers.
He's explaining every time I've ever gone golfing. The front nine are fine, but I start drinking and...
No. It goes up for 2 beers. And then
exactly. Once you hit the drunk phase, you're done.
On hole 3, I am killing it, and then it's just downhill after
that. He's off 15 times. Let me do another one.
Josh, you've got the first vote on this one. I think it's the smallest dog versus the biggest dog in this tournament. We've got Ren, the Chihuahua from Ren and Stimpy versus Clifford, from Clifford the Big Red Dog. Who are you voting for there?
I've never been a big Ren and Stimpy fan. I used to watch Clifford when I was younger. I'm going Clifford.
One vote for Clifford. John Luke, where are you going?
Gotta go Big Red. Let's go.
Really? I'm surprised.
Another vote for Clifford.
Griff.
Fuck Emily Elizabeth and her stupid red dog. We're giving a vote to Ren. Ren was funny.
Oh my.
Here's my. So no one clipped that.
I'm
clipping that. 40.
Poor child.
40 minutes in.
I feel like when it comes to like Disney princesses, like just young women in general, you have very extreme emotions, Simon. It worries
That's a weird thing to say. Teddy, are you going with Ren or Clifford?
I just feel bad if y'all ever try to have a guest on named Emily Elizabeth, because that's definitely going to pop back up. But it's absolutely going to be Clifford. Ren had a lot of stuff going on, and he had some stuff he was dealing with. So Clifford,
he's going through some stuff.
Clifford taught more wholesome lessons.
Yeah, he did.
So.
He's big.
He's so big.
3-1 for Clifford. He is big. But also, I don't trust a dog that big. I think there's a story. Or no, I think the story is he just kept growing and growing and growing. I don't think they ever even explain it.
That is
they just keep it going.
And how next matchup, is he red? No one talks about that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Never seen a red dog.
Jay said, Teddy, I thought we were friends. This is awful. Clifford is a big red asshole.
I guess your daughter's not watching today.
That's something Clifford and I have in common then.
There you go.
JL, are you going with Goofy or Santa's Little Helper on this matchup?
I'm going Goofy. I didn't even know who Santa's Little Helper was until Simon told me right before screen.
Yeah, from The Simpsons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with Santa's Little Helper. The look in his eyes is just so, like, it perfectly encapsulates the, like,
bug-eyed.
I'm a dog. Like, just like, he's a real dumb dog, and I love him so much. Santa's Little Helper. Teddy, where are you going?
I'm going Santa's Little Helper because of the relationship he had with Bart, and it's like man's best friend, because Goofy sometimes walks Pluto, and that's weird.
It's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's just not right.
Yeah.
He's got some, like, you know, he thinks he's better than everybody else, so I don't like that.
This is a great question by Evans Wool. Lack of respect for Balto. Insane. That is so true.
Balto.
I think every time we have these, Will comes into streams and just comes up with great other options that we forget. So don't worry.
Balto should be on this list. I didn't think
Balto
about him.
Should be on this list. That's my bad. But we're not going to have another.
You asked if I wanted to add someone. I should have thought of him.
Yep. Take all the blame on Josh. And Craig says Goffey should win this one.
Jared Goffey.
Goffey should win. So who has not voted? Who's the last vote?
Josh. And I loved a Goofy movie when I was younger.
Where's the butt? Here comes the butt.
It's Santa's Little Helper. I like to say The Simpsons. It's Santa's Little Helper. It's just a better dog.
Okay, John Luke, it's my turn, but I know you are passionate about this one as well. We've got Jake the Dog from Adventure Time versus Odie from Garfield. Odie's the 4 seed, Jake the Dog the 13 seed, but screw the seeding. I'm going Jake the Dog. He's got magical powers, man. Like, come on. And he's so much funnier than Odie.
He's so funny.
One vote for Jake the Dog. Teddy, where are you going on this one?
I'm going Odie because he really just gets the bad end of the stick with having Garfield's, pompous ass being mean to him all day. And right. Jake the Dog creeps me out because yeah, because he does so much magical stuff, and I don't think there's enough drugs near me to enjoy it. So.
Jason, who is Jake the Dog? He's saying this just to get under jail skin.
Yeah, you actually watched the show. I held up my end of the bargain, Jay. I watched Rick and Morty.
Oh. Now you got to watch Adventure Time. Josh, are you going with Jake the Dog or Odie?
I don't know.
So fucking mad.
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Jake the Dog.
Thank God.
But I like Odie.
One vote for Jake the Dog, but a nod to Odie. JL, go ahead and end it. I know what you're doing.
I'm going Odie.
No, you're not. You asked me who Odie was.
Odie can suck. I'm going Jake the Dog.
I couldn't do that to you, JL. I just couldn't do that to you guys.
I would have been. I might have left
because I don't have like a super strong opinion, but it's close.
Jay said Odie is an OG.
Jake the Dog might be one of the best. Jake the Dog might be one of the best animated characters in the history. In the history. All of the
history.
Anthony said, "Who is Jake the dog?" The dog that just beat Odie and moved on to the next round. But Teddy, we are on to you with this one. It is Pluto, from Mickey Mouse, and Mr. Peanut Butter from BoJack Horseman. Which cartoon dog are you going with here?
I'm going to lose so much respect here. I have never seen BoJack Horseman, so I'm going to have to go Pluto by default here.
Pluto
you lost zero respect.
It's a really good show. I like BoJack a lot, actually. But I'm still gonna go with Mr. Peanut Butter because he's the better dog here. Golden Retriever, he's funny. He's funny in that show. It's Mr.
He's
Peanut
really
Butter.
funny. John Luke, where are you voting on this one?
I'm going Pluto. I've watched BoJack like 1,000 times trying to get into it. I don't like it. I'm going Pluto.
Just like the first episode, you're just like trying to rewatch the first episode 1,000 times.
Like the first season.
No, I got you on this one.
I love BoJack Horseman. It might be my favorite show of all time. Like, truly, I really like that show. And Mr. Peanut Butter is the perfect comic relief in a otherwise depressing show. Like, he's just so funny and he's such a good boy. I'm gonna vote for Mr. Peanut Butter. So it is 2-2. We need votes from the chat, guys. It comes down to you because if we don't get votes from you, then the tie goes to the guest and Pluto will move on. But let us know what you think. We'll give you 10 seconds to throw your vote in there.
Keep your
Everyone's
fingers still.
Caught up on making fun of Jake the dog instead of giving votes on this one. No one cares about Mr. Peanut Butter or Pluto. Okay, we got 3 Pluto votes back to back to back. Anthony said Pluto.
There's
Jay
sons
said
of
Pluto.
guns.
Craig said Pluto, but then we got 1 Mr. Peanut Butter, 2 Mr. Peanut Butters.
Well, that's good. It doesn't count.
It's 3-2.
I thought there was another one in there.
Pluto. Captain and then I was right about BoJack. Pluto moves on over Mr. Peanut Butter on to the next round. There was almost an upset, but up next,
just like Josh.
I
know.
It isn't
Josh.
Different Josh.
Must be Jeff.
Yeah, that must be Jeff. Oh, we got another vote, but you know what? It was that would have tied it up, and the tie still goes to the guest.
Right,
so Pluto ended up taking it away.
Brady.
Brian Griffin versus Pork Chop. This is Pork Chop from the cartoon Doug. Josh, you've got the first vote on this one. Where are you going?
It's Brian Griffin for me. I'm a huge Family Guy fan. He's one of the best characters on that show.
1-0 for Brian Griffin. Oh, and another Pluto.
That's my wife.
Did you just like come in here and vote for Pluto now?
We need you. It's an emergency.
Jail, are you voting for Brian Griffin or Pork Chop in this one?
I really don't care about Pork Chop at all, but Brian Griffin's an asshole. Like, he's just so full of himself. He's just a dick. So
especially earlier on, he changes, but yeah, he's an asshole throughout. You're right.
That's just like, but his character development.
I'm going Pork Chop.
I'm also going to go Pork Chop. Dude, Pork Chop had that sick igloo in Doug's house. He had his own mailbox. He would dance to a Walkman, but still like a dog. He didn't talk like Jake the dog. He made dog noises. And whenever Doug became Quail Man, Pork Chop was his trusty sidekick. I have to go with Pork Chop here. You did enough disparaging of Brian Griffin for me.
How much Doug did you watch?
A decent amount of Doug.
Chat, Teddy. Go ahead and get your votes in. It's going to be Brian Griffin because you can't include Quail Dog because this is his secret identity. Okay. You can't include Quail Dog.
Don't know that, man.
So it was going to be Brian Griffin anyway, but
I broke a rule.
Come on, Brian's the right
it is
answer.
Tied up.
We got two.
Craig said.
No, Craig, don't
just
do that to us.
Anthony. She's down in Florida.
Get to yell really loud.
And Anthony said Brian. It is 2-1 for Pork Chop right now with votes for Craig and Jay.
Answer.
And Anthony said Brian. We'll give it 10 more seconds. See if any other votes come trickling in. Otherwise, Pork Chop is going to take this one over Brian Griffin. And Anthony will probably be outraged.
I'm outraged.
Sully said Teddy knows way too much about this shit, man. He came prepared.
I did.
Anthony said, "Hey guys, check the FYF random Discord channel." LMAO. I made a Simon meme. I haven't looked at it. But we've got Pork Chop's going to move on in this one. Pork Chop moves on to the next round to go off against Pluto. And up next, we've got Courage the Cowardly Dog versus Slinky Dog. JL, I believe you have the first vote on this one. Are you going with Courage or Slinky Dog?
This is a tough matchup. Courage is the much better show. I know people are going to hate that take there. But he's not super likable. I love the show so much. There's so much nostalgia there. I got to go Courage. I feel like I already know he's going to lose, so I'm just going to go Courage to throw that vote his way.
And we're talking Slinky Dog from Toy Story, right?
Yeah, Slinky Dog from Toy Story.
Yeah.
Slinky Dog from Toy Story cracks me up. His voice,
he is
tied
one of
to
the best
that body, is hilarious. I have to go Slinky Dog here, 1-1. Sorry, Courage, great show, but Slinky Dog's the better dog. Teddy, where are you going on this one?
Going Slinky Dog in the upset. Courage, again, like everyone's saying, the show is fantastic. I think it creeped me out as a kid. But he just...
Oh, yeah, it did.
Like, just get Courage once. Like, just one show, just have Courage. But no, he just got scripted too much.
It's your name.
Exactly. God. Be yourself.
He's not very Courage. He doesn't have much
some
courage.
Self-respect, Courage.
Josh, where are you going on this one? Are you tying it up?
I'm going to go, like JL said, I agree everything with JL said, but I'm going to go Slinky Dog because just a better dog. That's what it comes down to for me, I guess. But I do like Courage the Cowardly Kind of Dog. He's yes, he is. I won't curse and use that language like you just did, but
sorry, Dad.
Slinky Dog moves.
It's not even a female though.
And we are on to our 2 versus 15 seed matchup. We've got Snowball. I know he's not a major character, but in Rick and Morty, Snowball had JL's probably favorite line versus Snoopy
Where
from
my testicles, Summer?
Where are my testicles, Summer? Who had the first vote on the last one?
Me.
So I have the first vote here, and you know what? I get Snoopy's like iconic, and this may be sacrilege. Tim coming in with the hot takes that Snoopy is the best detective on this list. Suck it, Scooby. Woo, with the hot takes.
Snoopy's got like a fake badge. It's not
I'm
even
going
real.
Snowball because I've gotten more entertainment out of that one line that Snowball said, the "Where are my testicles, Summer," than I have out of all of Snoopy's existence. I get the cred that Snoopy has, but I gotta go Snowball. Sorry, Snoopy. Teddy, where are you going here?
I'm worried that Snowball's gonna get the other robotic dogs to come invade the planet if I don't vote for him. But I've got to go to Snoopy, mainly because if we're giving Snowball the one quote that made him iconic, we have to give Snoopy as well Woodstock and his one friend that made him iconic. So
I think friend.
Exactly. I think Snoopy has Woodstock and he doubles as a pilot. That's pretty cool. So I'm going with Snoopy.
That's true.
Greg says Simon says bad takes on dogs. Josh, are you going with
like
Snowball or Snoopy?
Snoop Dogg or Snowball. I know Snoopy's such a classic OG. I gotta go Snowball. I'm just a much bigger fan of Snowball. I'd rather hang out with Snowball.
2-1. John Luke, are you knocking the number 2 seed Snoopy out of this bracket, or are you sending it to the chat?
This is the thing. Snoopy's an asshole.
Just like Brian. Brian and him to go.
Yeah. I'm going Snowball. I don't think Snowball ever shows up again after that episode, but that one line got me. It got me. I just wasn't expecting it.
Snowball with the upset victory over Snoopy, and we are going to
get shit on
to our 1 seed Scooby-Doo versus Clifford. Guys, we got to go through this round a little quick to make sure we have time.
We got it. We got this.
Chase said can't consider Quail Dog for pork chop, but can use Woodstock for Snoopy.
Woodstock's not a standard identity.
Now you're starting to understand.
Sully said Teddy is my new favorite.
What logic you want to use?
Close. I'm still laughing after that Scooby take. Yeah, you had me dying.
Well, let's see what it has to say about Scooby here.
Yeah, I'm guessing we know your vote here, but.
Yeah, it's Scooby. We had to go quickly, so Scooby.
Scooby. Josh.
Scooby.
John Luke.
Clifford.
Scooby.
And it's a sweep. 4-0 for Scooby.
That was an easy one.
Stand a chance.
You even need to think about it.
We've got Santa's Little Helper versus Jake the Dog, 12 seed versus 13 seed.
I'm gonna be so mad.
So last round, I let Jake the Dog slip through just because I didn't have the strongest opinion in the world. I like Santa's Little Helper. Let's go.
1 vote for Santa's Little Helper. John Luke, where are you going?
I'm so freaking pissed right now because I know I'm going to lose this. Jake the Dog. Listen, ladies, gentlemen, fellow countrymen.
Hey, I didn't get to do it the second time. We have time constraints.
Jake the Dog is the best friend you could ever have. I'm going Jake the Dog.
I'm also voting Jake the Dog for the reasons I said in the first round. So Teddy Santa's Little Helper or Jake the Dog?
Oh, that's awkward.
I'm just saying.
I was gonna say,
no, yeah, that's not fair, guys. That's not fair. All right?
If she can name the show that he's from, I'd consider it, but I don't think she could.
You can do it.
I think she's just voting on the dog. But I'm gonna go Santa's Little Helper, so we gotta quickly go.
Yes, it is 2-2. Yes. Sully said Santa's Little Helper. Brooke said Jake the Dog. Jay said Santa's Little Helper. Craig said Santa. So it looks like Santa is taking away. Santa's Little Helper moves on. See you, Jake the Dog. Up next, we've got Pluto versus Pork Chop. And JL, you've got the first vote on this one.
I don't care.
Also, Tim also said Santa's Little Helper.
You don't want to play no more.
Where are you voting on this one, JL? Pluto. 1 for Pluto. Teddy, you kind of swayed me earlier. It's messed up that Pluto gets walked by another dog. He deserves a little bit of respect. I'm voting for Pluto as well. Teddy, where are you going on this one?
Pluto's getting my vote.
3-0. And Josh,
I'm gonna wrap it up with giving Pork Chop a vote.
Yeah,
I can talk sometimes.
Sympathy vote.
Yeah,
3-1.
A sympathy vote.
A nod to Pork Chop. He deserves it. And up next, we've got number 10 seed Slinky Dog versus number 15 seed Snowball. And I believe I have the first vote here. Snowball snuck through on the last one because I didn't really have any like foundational childhood memories with Snoopy, but I do with Slinky Dog. Like those Toy Story movies were a part of my childhood, and they overshined the one line from Snowball. Teddy, where are you going?
Slinky Dog, mainly because it sounds like he's voiced by a smoker, but the dog is shown not smoking. So I'm happy and proud of his quitting. So Slinky.
I'm Slinky Dog. Let's go.
Yeah.
Josh, that was really
Slinky
good.
Dog.
You have to do the rest of the show.
No, it was really bad. It was really bad. Slinky Dog though wins this bowl. I'm wrapping it up.
Tim wants to know how did Courage and Snoopy get knocked out round 1? Madness.
They stuck.
JL, are you going Slinky Dog or Snowball?
I mean, few people remember Slinky Dog saved the day, Toy Story 1. So I'm going Slinky Dog.
Because he's a Slinky.
Is he a Slinky?
4-0 for Slinky Dog. And we have our semifinals. It is Scooby-Doo, Santa's Little Helper, Pluto, and Slinky Dog. And I don't know what I expected, but this is not what I expected from this.
I can only imagine JL getting Scooby-Doo and Jake the Dog here.
That's what I wanted.
What would he do? You'd just be angry at yourself because you couldn't have both move on.
Oh, so you're trying to frame this as if you did me a favor?
Yeah, exactly.
You,
exactly. You're
kick
welcome.
you in the nuts next time.
You're welcome, bro.
Slinky is voiced by Ernest. Teddy, Scooby-Doo or Santa's Little Helper here? I think you voted for both of these guys in both matchups so far.
I did. Friends, gentlemen, countrymen, in 1960, Scooby-Doo. Definitely Scooby-Doo.
1 vote for Scooby-Doo. Josh, where are you going on this one?
It's Scooby-Doo.
2 votes for Scooby-Doo. JL, go ahead and do it.
Doesn't undo the pain and the hurt you guys have caused me, but I'm going Scooby-Doo.
And I'm going to give a nod to Santa's Little Helper. This one was close to me. I didn't have as much of a connection to Scooby-Doo as I did The Simpsons, but
because you and Jay
probably the better
taste.
Dog. We do have bad taste. That's been confirmed. JL, you've got the first vote on this one, and he's just coming in here trying to antagonize you, Teddy, saying Scooby's overrated. And Craig said Scooby needs to lay off the drugs. I vote SLH. And then Josh, did you want to do that again?
Does.
Why is everyone hating on drugs today? All right.
Dan said you are overrated. JL, are you voting first on this one? I think so. Pluty versus Slinko Dog. Pluty and Slinko Dog. Who are you voting for?
I'm going Slinkosaurus Rex.
Slink Dog with 1 vote. I'm also voting for Slinky Dog. The smoker's voice is freaking hilarious on a toy. I don't
remember his voice. Slinky. You guys keep mentioning that. I don't even remember that.
I got it in there.
It is distinctly different than the other ones.
Teddy, are you going with Pluto or Slinky Dog in this one?
I am going to unfortunately put this one on Josh. I'm going to go Pluto.
2-1 for Slinky Dog. And
Too
Jason,
bad I'm a big Slinky Dog fan.
Jason, I'm not antagonizing Teddy. I like him better than you 3.
I believe
you're the favorite on this stream.
He's not lying.
Yeah. So I can put the FYF in front of my Twitter handle now, or do I do that later?
You can anytime you want.
I don't think I voted for Pluto on any of these getting here.
Really?
Yeah.
That's Slinky Dog moves on. Anthony said Pluto, but we had other Slinky votes. Roto Heat Sully said Slinky. Craig said Slinky. And Tim said FYF tasting dogs equals dog.
Well, you're part
water.
of FYF, so your own taste is dog water.
Yeah, Tim.
And we are on to our championship matchup. And you know what? We're going to mix it up. Josh, I'm going to have you go first. That way Teddy is casting the last vote. Josh, who are you voting for here? Scooby-Doo or Slinky Dog?
Scooby-Doo.
One vote for Scooby-Doo. John Luke?
I mean, Slinky Dog saved the day once. Scooby-Doo saved the day like
every time.
Countless times. I'm going Scooby-Doo.
2 votes for Scooby-Doo. I'm genuinely, and not just for to make Teddy decide, I'm going Slinky Dog because Toy Story was a more integral part of my childhood and Slinky Dog was hilarious. Teddy, do what you got to do, man. This is the finals. Scooby-Doo versus Slinky Dog. What's going to happen?
Last summer, we got to see a beautiful documentary of Michael Jordan and how his rise to greatness. Now,
Last Dance.
A 2-month-old wrong is being righted, and Scooby-Doo is getting the recognition that he deserves. It is Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo with the win. Scooby-Doo.
Some would say it's a better redemption story.
The 30 for 30 will be beautiful.
Jason, go full screen on Teddy. Give him his moment. We missed it. We should have done it again.
Oh, we're going to clip that one, the first one.
Yeah, yes, we are.
Your Braveheart Scooby speech was beautiful. Guys, we have determined through the power of brackets that Daryl Henderson is our favorite late round running back of the 8, and that Scooby-Doo is definitively, without a doubt, the best cartoon dog. Teddy, thank you so much for coming on and being a part of brackets today and being a part of that beautiful Scooby-Doo redemption. That was something to be seen.
You needed it.
I feel inspired.
I feel happy.
I feel happy in my heart.
Good. Our childhoods have been redeemed.
Yes.
You're welcome. And thank you for having me. This was awesome. I had so much fun.
Jay said amazing show. Teddy was one of the best. Dan said Scooby deserved this. And Jay saying go Canes. Yeah, guys, if you do not follow Teddy, make sure you go follow him on Twitter at Teddy Ricketson and tune into his live stream tonight talking about rookie quarterbacks. 8 p.m. Is that Eastern time?
It is. And my job is going to be trying to talk about Scooby-Doo during that as well to continue the fire.
Evans wants to know Scoob versus Daryl. Who comes out on top?
Have you seen Scooby run away from danger? It's Scooby.
Teddy. Guys, what Evans did though there, we have talked about doing. I know I've mentioned on stream, just a winners bracket, no context, just people that have won a bracket in the past or shows. So we could have like Scooby-Doo versus Daryl Henderson or something like that, or CD Lamb versus New Girl. Yeah. So we have talked about doing a no context champions bracket. So that may come to you at some point. Guys, Josh, anything else you want to say? Trading does make fantasy fun. Teddy,
elegant as always.
You want to say before you jump off?
I'm good. Thanks, everybody. This was awesome.
Awesome, guys. We are out of here. We will be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern yet again. We'll see you then.
Every weekday.
Every weekday.